Let me ask you something. Are you just like completely exhausted by all that constant internet advice telling you to follow your passion?
Oh, absolutely. It is such an incredibly heavy expectation to carry around, every single day.
Right, yeah. It really is. I mean, it's this endless modern pressure to find a career that's supposed to be your ultimate glowing reason for existing.
Yeah, exactly.
So today we are doing a deep dive into a stack of sociological research and career psychology articles. Our mission is to figure out why we tie so much of our human worth to our jobs, and honestly, how we can find peace in just an ordinary, reliable job.
Well, looking at the sources, they point out that this pressure doesn't just spontaneously appear when you enter the workforce. It actually starts super early.
Like in childhood, right?
Exactly. Think about the very first time an adult asks a child, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Oh, wow. Yeah. We treat that like a totally innocent icebreaker.
We do. But the sociology research we're looking at shows it's actually incredibly loaded because we are asking kids what kind of person they want to be.
Right. We're basically asking them how they plan to produce economic value.
Exactly that. It's the historical mechanism at play here. Like during the post-industrial era, society really shifted to this idea that your labor equals your legacy.
So we stopped defining ourselves by our communities or personal values and just started treating productivity as, like, the ultimate measure of a human being.
Yeah, and today we just amplify that baseline anxiety with modern social media.
Oh, for sure. Because we are constantly measuring our normal Tuesday against someone else's, highly curated highlight reel.
Right, the travel photos and vice president titles. And the psychological result is this deeply distorted definition of success.
Wait, so if you just have a regular, unglamorous job that pays the bills, society implicitly signals that you've somehow fallen short.
Precisely. Just because you aren't visibly monetizing some grand, life-defining purpose.
Wow. Well, if the system is essentially rigged to make us feel inadequate, the logical countermove isn't to hustle harder, is it?
No, not at all. The sources suggest changing how we view the job itself, like shifting it from an identity to just utility.
A mechanism to fund your actual life.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I struggle with this concept a bit.
How so?
Well, if I just treat my job as a paycheck, aren't I risking total stagnation? Doesn't doing a job just to make ends meet mean a person lacks ambition?
Well, see, that assumes ambition only exists in one flavor, like economic or hierarchical power.
Oh, right. I guess that's true.
But the career psychology articles we reviewed challenge that directly. Ambition can literally be aiming for a completely stress-free weekend.
Or, I don't know, having enough energy left at 5 p.m. to actually be present with your family.
Exactly. The trap of following your passion is that it forces your greatest joy to carry the crushing weight of your survival.
So it's kind of like taking a beloved hobby and turning it into your main income source. It's like taking your favorite song and making it your morning alarm.
Oh, that is a perfect analogy.
The intrinsic joy just gets slowly replaced by a sense of dread.
Yes. From a psychological standpoint, you're shifting from intrinsic motivation to extrinsic motivation.
Meaning you're no longer doing it purely for the joy of it.
Right. Your brain literally stops seeing the activity as play. It starts processing it as a potential threat to your livelihood if you don't perform well enough.
And that just kills the passion entirely, which explains why so many people achieve their quote-unquote dream job and immediately burn out.
Exactly.
But if we strip that away, if we say work is just a financial tool and we refuse to monetize our passions, where does our actual fulfillment come from?
It comes from diversifying your identity portfolio.
Like investing.
Yes. You would never put your entire life savings into one single stock. Yet we are socially conditioned to put all our self-worth into one job title.
So if that job fluctuates or you get laid off, your entire identity just collapses.
Exactly. The research shows that people with deep, lasting fulfillment actually spread their identity across multiple areas.
So things like being a reliable friend or a dedicated amateur painter.
Or someone who volunteers, or just someone who loves to cook.
Right, those aren't side quests. They're the actual core investments in your identity portfolio.
Precisely. A quiet, ordinary life supported by a reliable job gives you the emotional bandwidth to invest in those other areas.
Without the constant threat of financial ruin if your passion project doesn't succeed.
Right.
There really is a quiet strength in the predictable routine of an ordinary job.
Right.
You clock in, you do the work, you leave it at the office.
And you go home with the energy to actually be yourself. You use the job to buy your freedom rather than letting the job consume it.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating thought experiment for you, the listener. to mull over today.
Yeah, if you strip away the pressure to lead with your economic output, you basically have to redefine who you are to the world.
So consider this.
If you were at a party and you were entirely forbidden from mentioning your job title or how you make money, how would you introduce yourself?